Well, I'm ready to get started here, and I got all my paraphernalia out, electrical tape, wire snips, and strippers, and here's my little plug. This actually came in my little wiring harness that I ordered, and it's not a weather pack connector, and this one only holds 6 wires, but I do have another one of these, and so I'm going to try and utilize these because I already have them instead of having to go out and buy something. But just a little 6-pin connector like that. We got to put the female, it's got the male ends. We're going to pull all these wires out because they go to different things. So we'll replace both the male and the female connectors. This one doesn't have any female connectors installed, but we'll put some in there, of course. So this will be one little plug. Like I said, it's not a weather pack, but this is inside the truck, so I'm not concerned with moisture and debris and crud getting in there. So that's one of the little connectors I'm going to use. And for me, it's pretty basic. Like I said, I installed this aftermarket wiring harness, so I've got a full set of instructions, and I've got labeled wires. So if and I'll put a link in here in this video to link you over to basically part 1 of installing this wiring harness. But if you have a factory wiring harness, don't worry about it. You'll just have to trace out your factory wires to get everything wired up. It's not difficult, it's not tricky, it's just tedious. I've had to do it a couple times. Just take your time and you'll get it done. So I'm going to get started on this. I'm going to work on it here in the house. I prefer to solder all my connections, so I'm just going to kind of put something together, sort of get it ready to go, and then once it's all kind of complete, I'll take it outside and solder all the connections, and it'll be finished. So let me get started, and then I'll shoot some more video along the way. Alright, I thought I'd take a break here and shoot a quick video. I've got the majority of the wires connected. In fact, everything that makes the gauges work. So a lot of these long wires right here are the signal wires. So this white one is the tachometer signal, the green one is the water temp signal, blue is the oil pressure signal, and this beigeish one is the fuel level signal. So, and then of course I got these pink wires are the 12 volt source straight from the ignition. Of course, black is the ground. I've got an individual 12 volt and ground going to the tachometer, and then over here for my smaller gauges, I've got the 12 volt source going into the voltmeter, jumps over here to the fuel level gauge, jumps over here to the water temp, and then ends up over here at the fuel pressure. Same with the ground wire. Starts here at the voltmeter, fuel gauge, water temp, and oil pressure. So basically all I have left to do is to mount up and wire in my backlights, and I should be finished. The speedometer obviously has a mechanical sending unit, and the only thing electrical would be the 2 backlights going to that. So that's where I'm at so far, and I've got these wires, the 12 volt and the ground are fairly short. I'm going to have my connector roughly in this area, so roughly about in this area. So even all these long ones, I'll cut them short, and they'll all terminate roughly in this area, just a couple inches behind the gauges. So that's where I'm at so far. Let me get these lights plugged in and wired up, and then I'll shoot another video.